More news is being reported that the Lakers locker room is disgruntled as Austin Reaves and Darvin Ham are set to be at odds. But before we get into that, most people watching this video right now aren't subscribed, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. And before we get into our topic, let's give a big happy birthday to the GOAT, LeBron James. But with that being said, let's talk about it. A Lakers insider reported that guard Austin Reaves has not been happy with the way he's been utilized by Darvin Ham, says that there is a disconnect between the two, and this is coming off reports that the locker room as a whole was a bit disgruntled, as reports of guys like Taurean Prince and Cam Reddish having longer leashes on the court, while guys like Austin Reaves and D'Angelo Russell get pulled, and Rui Hachimura as well are getting pulled for minor mistakes. Obviously, these things have been talked about by multiple outlets. Obviously, in their last game, the Lakers did start Rui Hachimura. It showed to be a good sign, let alone it being against the Hornets. So we'll see how these lineup changes go going forward. However, the disconnect between Austin Reaves and Darvin Ham is something that might have been brewing for a while now, as Austin Reaves has been looked at going into this season as the next guy up. I think most Lakers fans and most media members looked at Austin Reaves as the third superstar or third star to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. However, this year has been quite a grind for the Lakers as a whole. Obviously, winning the in-season tournament was a highlight, but Austin Reaves did take a minute to get into a groove this year, and now he's probably the front runner for Sixth Man of the Year. I do think in some ways Darvin Ham putting Austin to the bench worked out in his favor. However, I do think over time, Austin having a shorter leash compared to other players on the court is a bit of a problem, because Austin's offense is pivotal for the Lakers' success, and also it's pivotal for his confidence as a scorer. I do understand the sentiment of being able to play at a high level and confidently, knowing that if you make a mistake on the court, you're probably being pulled. And this can limit you because you play tight. It makes you question whether you're making the right decisions out there because you don't want to get pulled. And maybe that did play a part in some of the decline for D'Angelo Russell throughout this month, and probably was an issue for Austin Reaves to start the year. I do think the expectations for an Austin Reaves for this basketball team are extremely high because of how he was looked at to be that third scorer for this team. But I do think it is important for players to have that sense of belief from their coaches to allow them to play at the highest level. Now, I don't think Austin will be inserted into any starting lineups for the rest of the season, just due to the fact that he's the odds-on favorite to win Sixth Man of the Year. But where I do have some concern, and I can understand why there may be some rumblings about Austin's relationship with Darvin Ham, is due to the fact that Austin doesn't play games over 30 minutes. And I do think, although being a sixth man, he should play well over the 30-minute mark just because of the impact that he brings. I also think the way that he's come off the bench and has ignited the Lakers offense at times throughout the season, and really the reason why he's a Sixth Man of the Year frontrunner is because of his offensive ability. Now, I think he'll improve on defense. He's still a pesky defender. He goes out there and gives it his all. He does try. He doesn't lack effort in the defensive department. So I don't really understand why it's hard for him to get those 30, 35 plus minute games when guys like Taurean Prince and Cam Reddish are getting those type of minutes. And as a fan of both players, I do know that Austin Reaves is a better scorer at this point in his career than both of those guys are. And if they're not knocking down threes and helping you outside of just maybe defense, then Austin should 100% be that consistent second, third option to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. If Darvin Ham is finding himself at odds with more than one player, especially his young players, this could be something that could be disastrous for him. One, just due to the fact that a lot of Lakers fans and media have questioned Darvin Ham's lineups, his adjustments to other coaches, and some of just the flat out decisions he's made as a basketball coach throughout his tenure with the Lakers. And then obviously the way he handled Russell Westbrook last year was not great. And I do think, and most people probably believe, that if Rob Pelinka doesn't make a blockbuster set of trades going into the deadline last season, we don't know that Lakers team as constructed was going to be able to get to that Western Conference Finals. So ultimately, I don't want to put all the blame on Darvin Ham. I do think at points, especially earlier in the season, guys just do need to step up and be great in their roles. However, I do think there is something to say that when there are guys who are more than capable to do the things that this Lakers offense has been lacking, then you have to question the coach's ability to get the job done. And so your guys like Austin Reaves, who you invested a lot of money into, he's going to get, a lot of leniency from the front office because of their belief in him. So with that being said, I'm JayRob with Lakers Digest. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out. Have a happy and safe New Year's Eve. Peace.